So former Major League Baseball star Johnny Damon was actually arrested for a DUI a few nights back. And this wasn't your typical guy who has had a little bit too much to drink, doesn't pass a sobriety test. This was a situation that turned out to be a full-blown scuffle between Johnny Damon and his wife when an officer pulled them over in front of their gated community and asked for Johnny to get out of the car, and then was in the process of trying to start a sobriety test, and a scuffle kind of broke out. Now we got video for this. I'm going to show you the video, and we're going to go through it. I'm going to break it down, but really a bizarre, very bizarre scenario that I'm going to try to compare to another similar situation, and we can see how these situations were handled, and you can judge for yourself how you feel about either one. And we're going to go through, and I'm just going to break down a couple of things here. Well, we'll just go through it, and we'll talk as we go through. Makes more sense to me. But let's go ahead and take a look here at this arrest with John Damon. All right.
Hey, shut your door. Shut your door. Shut your door.
Okay.
Shut the door.
What the fuck?
Signal 44. Hey, back in the car.
Okay, so before this thing even really gets started, his wife's already out of the car. He's trying to get out of the car. Let's keep going.
What's happening right
Get back in the car.
All right.
Turn the car off.
Turn the car off.
Step it up, please.
All right. Turn the car off.
Sit back here.
All right.
What are you doing?
I'm going home.
Okay, stand right here.
Okay.
Any weapons in the car?
No.
Now, I think it's pretty clear for the officer to tell right here that Damon definitely looks like he's had something to drink. A little bit too much, maybe. The article said his blood alcohol level was 0.30, 4 times the limit. His speech is slowed. His speech is a little slurred. Let's continue.
Okay, keep your hand out of your pocket.
Okay.
Lean against your car.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on here? Why is she getting out?
Because we saw you following us. And
Yeah,
we're like, okay.
it's a traffic stop. You don't get out of the car in a traffic stop.
What traffic stop?
Do you see the police lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just happened right
Yeah. It's called a traffic stop.
there. Okay. It just happened right there.
Driver's side up.
Look, I got nothing against Johnny Damon. He just needs to be quiet right now. He's clearly drunk. And he's going back and forth with the officer, which we all know. Go back and forth with the officer. It's not going to help you out. It's not going to make your situation any better if you are guilty or suspected of being drunk while driving.
A passenger jumped out on me. She's back in the car now. 10-12 the white male out of the vehicle. So, I'll explain why I'm stopping in a sec, but first I'm going to have a backup officer come. So,
Okay.
how much have you had to drink tonight?
A little bit.
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
All right.
We're-
So,
Yeah.
a couple reasons I'm stopping you. One, while I've been behind you, you've left your lane multiple times. Just stay there. Okay, while I've been behind you, you've left your lane multiple times, and you actually struck the curb at one point on Main Street. And then the stop sign back there, you stopped all the way past the stop bar, the white line on the ground, you have to stop behind it. Hey, shut your door. Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
All right.
Stay there. Hey, stay there.
Okay, so right here, we have both individuals who are refusing to comply with the officer. Now, let's keep going.
Sir, stay back over there. Listen to me. Step over there.
Okay.
Stay in the car.
Literal kid gloves with this guy. They're both refusing to comply, and he's, of course, it's 2-on-1, so I can understand maybe he wants to keep his distance. But he's giving these people orders. They're not listening. and he's allowing them to continue on doing what they want to do. Let's keep going here and continue to kind of break this down.
Okay, all I'm saying
Stay
is,
in the car.
all I'm saying is,
Get back in the car.
are you kidding me right now?
Stay back there. Hey,
I'm telling her to go in the car.
go. Stand over here.
Hey, we are right
Stand
there.
over here.
We are right there.
Get back in the car.
All right, it's
Get
fine.
back in-
I'm going to talk
Get
to
back
the...
in the car.
All right, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Like I said, you know, and look, some people are going to be mad that I'm talking about this situation, and I'm going to show you a direct comparison to a similar situation here in a moment. But this is bullshit, because we've seen on numerous occasions people of a different pigmentation are handled quite differently than this in, I don't even know where, Florida, Country Club, Florida. We'll just call it that. And this woman is telling the officer, don't touch her, don't touch her. Her husband has already refused to acknowledge and obey police orders before this. And now this is turning into a situation that's escalating with the people who are actually suspected of committing a crime being the actual aggressors over the police officer right now.
Don't fucking touch me. Don't touch me.
Let go.
Don't touch me.
No, hey, stop. Stop.
Fighting one, two, actually.
Hey, we are...
Oh, shit. She's walking off. What is she doing? He's sitting here. He's still on his feet talking to this cop. This is crazy.
We are at
Stop.
home
Turn
right
around.
now.
Turn around. Turn around. Turn around.
We are...
Turn around.
Okay, we are at home right now. I don't know what you are doing.
Face the car.
Okay.
I'm safe.
Get down on the ground right now.
Hey, babe, walk home.
Hey.
Oh, my God. So the officer's telling her to get on the ground. Johnny Damon's telling her, walk home. I mean, okay, look, I give this officer actually the benefit of the doubt in handling, I would say in handling, you know what? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to give them the benefit of the doubt because I've seen this play out completely differently for people who look like me. Just the truth. Just the truth. He's giving them orders. Nobody is listening. He has no power right now. He has no authority right now over either one of these people. And it's evident. And he's not pressing it the same way that we've seen people of my pigmentation be pressed into the ground, I mean, come on, I would have been eating concrete right now. I'd have been eating concrete right now if this was me. And just to kind of give you guys an example, let's take a look at another situation. Milwaukee Bucks basketball player Sterling Brown and his situation with the police in Milwaukee.
How you doing? You got a driver's license? Where's that? Where's your driver's license? Back up. You don't see?
Now, Sterling Brown is wrong here as well to start this off. He says, what's the issue? Well, actually, that's just the question. He's not drunk. He's not under the influence of anything. He has a parking violation, a ticket, literally a ticket. And he asks, what's the situation? Dumb question maybe, but still a question that is non-threatening and non-aggressive to the officer in any way.
You don't see the issue here?
And then the officer pushes Sterling Brown, puts his hands on Sterling Brown, and Sterling Brown responds, don't touch me. Now, in the other situation with Johnny Damon's wife, she was walking away from this officer, ignoring everything he's saying. He gets a hold of her, and she does the exact same thing to no consequence, obviously, but she's also drunk. This guy is sober and trying to have a conversation with the officer himself right now.
Hold on. You don't see the issue here. You're not parked across 3 lanes? That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. 2390. Can't get another squad here.
Now they're standing here.
Back up. For what? Are you obstructing me? I just told you to back up. I just told you to back up.
Okay, so Sterling Brown right here. They're going back and forth for a second, and he tells him back up repeatedly. Sterling Brown takes 2 steps back and puts his hands out to his side, takes 2 steps back, complying with the officer, but still inquisitive over the situation itself, which, you know, it's not advised, but it's not necessarily, it's not like he's ignoring the officer. He's talking to him.
Everything's on camera, okay? You touched me first. So that's right. I told you to back up because you're going to try and get in the car. I'll do what I want, all right? No, I own this right here.
Hold on. Let's hear that again.
Because you're going to try and get in the car. I'll do what I want, all right? No, I own this right. So everything's on camera, okay? You touched me first. So that's right. I told you to back up because you're going to try and get in the car. I'll do what I want, all right? No, I own this right here. You don't own me, though. So what's your...
Okay, so the officer in this situation, what does he tell Sterling Brown, a sober individual who's just come out of a CVS? He's double parked, which is a city ordinance violation that you get a ticket for. He put his hands on Sterling Brown first, at which Sterling Brown acknowledges, hey, you put your hands on me first. And what does the officer say? He says, that's right, because I think you're going to try and get in the car. He's already under the assumption that Sterling Brown is going to try and do something rash, even though he's standing here, calm demeanor, talking calmly. Even if he is challenging what the officer is saying, he's doing it in probably the most respectful manner you could expect. One would expect, and his demeanor is completely stable. There's no anger. There's no hostility in his voice. He's just simply responding to the officer because the officer is clearly trying to bully him around. Is clearly trying to over-enforce himself. He says, I own this street. And what does Sterling Brown say? He says, but whoa, but you don't own me though. Don't put your hands on me. And we'll see how the officer responds here.
I didn't say I own you. I said I own this. This is me. Don't touch me though. You don't own me. What's your name? What's your name? I'm asking you. I'm telling you, Sterling Brown. These are simple questions, man. No, I'm answering. These are simple questions, and you're being all bad asking me. All right.
Now again, here's another situation. This cop is being talked to. He's not. He feels as if Sterling Brown is being all badass because Sterling Brown is simply answering his questions and not allowing himself to just be pushed around for an unjust reason. Not even that he's trying to say, no, I didn't double park. He's just like, dude, you put your hands on me first. You're assuming that I'm going to commit a crime in front of you. I'm going to try and get away or something over a parking violation. And now you think that I'm trying to be a badass because I'm answering your questions, but I'm challenging why the situation is needing this kind of hostility from the officer. He told the officer his name after the officer asked. And now the officer you can tell the officer's entire attitude and demeanor is completely sideways.
I asked you a question so I could verify this, okay? You don't think I see these that are whatever? I don't know. Fake? I mean, so I'm asking you your name. I use real IDs. Okay, I don't know who you are. Okay, so that's why I asked. Okay. I asked for an ID. These are legitimate questions, right? I ain't got no problem with it. Okay, well, you look at me like I got something growing out of my head, all right? I'm just saying, you touched me. That's the issue. Right, because you got up in my face, okay? I got up in your face? Right. Really? I asked you to back up, and you did not do it. I asked you to back up, and you did not do it. You backed up about 3 inches. All right? Everything I'm doing is on camera, dude. I don't care. These are legitimate requests, all right? So, can you explain this to me? Parked across two. You have an entirely empty parking lot, and you parked across 2 lanes of handicap parking. Going to the Walgreens. At what time? In and out. Oh, long enough time where I sat here for about a minute and came out. I was in and out. That's it. I did. I pulled up, parked right here. I was in and out. That's it.
Sterling Brown is admitting, look, yes, I parked here. I went in and out. Yeah, he's not denying that he committed the violation. and he is actually trying to cooperate with the officer as cordially as he can, even though this officer is clearly pressing him in a way that can cause some people to get hostile. And he's keeping his cool and he's trying to be cordial. Now look at this. Look at this entire setup right now. Over a parking violation, these guys got him surrounded. How is he supposed to feel? They're not even giving him any directives at this point. They're standing around him in a circle. They're standing around this guy in a circle. I mean, are we serious right now? And the crazy thing is, I've had that happen to me on numerous occasions where it's a traffic violation, but I'm surrounded by cops, like physically. They're surrounding me. They're surrounding me. Now let's go back over here. Let's check back on Johnny Damon.
Secure her right now.
No,
Bat Leo.
hey, babe, walk
Battery
home.
Leo.
No, babe, walk home. Babe.
He's telling his wife to walk home while this officer is telling his partner or his backup to secure this woman, secure her. And look at the demeanor of these officers when they're doing it.
Walk home.
Hey!
What are you doing right
Hey!
now? Yeah, what?
And he drops his camera.
Car. Face the car.
Hey, I'm not.
Face the car.
I am not doing anything right
Stop trying to pull away from me.
now. I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You keep
He still
walking
don't-
away.
He still didn't even have him in cuffs. He still didn't even have this guy in cuffs.
Hey,
Keep your hands behind your back.
believe me, I am Blue Lives Matter.
No.
Oh, Blue Lives Matter. What is that supposed to mean? I mean, all that stuff I don't even care about. But what is that supposed to do in this situation for Johnny Damon? What is this supposed to like be some kind of code word that gets you out of jail free or gets you out of the situation that you're currently in? Because these are police officers. They got a job to do. Now they should be doing it a lot damn better than this. But the mentality that he has right now, come on, that's bullshit.
This is
Blue Lives
bullshit.
Matter.
Like, look at our license.
Hey, oh, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, these people are completely shocked that this is happening to them. Look at our license plate. It says Blue Lives Matter. Come on. You're both drunk. You're both drunk and you're driving. Like, he is wasted and he's driving. And like I said, these are kiddie gloves that they have on these people right now. Kid gloves.
Exactly.
Seriously, what are you doing right now?
You guys, what's going on?
We are.
I am
all
relaxed.
for-
No, look at me. Look at my face. Look at our license plates.
Guys, we are all for cops.
Look at our license plate.
Step over here.
Look at our license
Step
plate.
over here.
We have Blue Lives Matter. Look at our license plate. Blue Lives Matter. Like, this is crazy. What's going on?
Face the car. I didn't turn around.
Okay.
You know your clock thing to do that?
Yeah. I have nothing in my. Yeah.
Steady feet. Kevin,
Guys.
keep her out for a sec. Keep her out.
No. Hey. Hey. We are good people. We are good people. I'm telling you. Like. We are not. Okay. We're good people. I am all for you, police officers. Yeah,
What's your name, boss?
Johnny Damon.
Okay, I was just trying to talk to you. She refused my orders to stay in the vehicle.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then when I grabbed her, because she was resisting, okay, she struck back at me.
Okay.
She struck back at the officer. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, she's a tough girl. She fights all the time.
Yeah, that's right. She fights. She's going to fight police, too. All the time. Come on.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Hey, babe.
Kid gloves.
Yeah. Bro, I am like the cleanest guy ever. And yeah, I am not.
What do I need to do? Johnny, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Officer Heath. What do I need to do? Turn around, right here.
Alright.
And just sit. You see this push bar right here? You see this bar? Just sit down on it.
Alright.
Okay?
Alright.
There you go, just like that.
Alright.
Does they live in here?
So you have, okay, so you have two people who have resisted arrest, one without violence, one with violence. You have two police officers for two people when you have a resisting situation. Now let's go back over to Sterling Brown, who is surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4 police officers at the moment that I can tell. Okay, so they're communicating, and as far as I can tell, Sterling Brown asks him, "Can I ask you why?" And he says, "No." Let's go back a little bit. Move forward a little bit here. So officers ask Brown to remove his hands from his pockets. Now, look, this is where there's a little, this is where the double standard for me comes in. When you look at this video, early in this video, him and this officer are having this conversation. The officer knows he doesn't have anything in his pockets. He knows that he doesn't have anything in his pockets. He's already pulled out his ID, given it to him. The officer has been talking with him, going back and forth. He's had his hands in and out of his pockets the whole time, and the officer has not made one suggestion about his hands in his pockets. And now, with 5 officers around him, they're worried about his hands in his pockets when they've been standing there with them, and one officer's been with them the entire time. He just came out of a CVS. Now, when he doesn't comply, which I'm not saying that he's right for that. He should have complied, pulled his hands out of his pockets. But look at how this thing unfolds for this simple request that really there was no level of escalation. There was tension, but no level of escalation until we got to this part. He's saying he has stuff. Oh my God. This guy is saying, hold on, I have stuff in my hands. So he has his keys in his hand, which we've seen him turn off his alarm a couple of times here now. He's got keys in his hands, and he is, telling the officers, which you can debate whether or not it's a situation where, that is considered resisting. I don't know that would be lawfully considered resisting or not. I'm not a lawyer, but when we look at the situation and we look at the environment and the atmosphere, in both of these different cases that are different in many ways, but the same in many ways, this is the response that one single man of my pigmentation gets when he is trying to give himself a second to handle what the requests that the officers are making. Now they're going to tase him. 3, 4, 5 officers that I can count right now. In handcuffs, Brown continues to question the officers.
Hey, how far is
Now look at this. Look at how many officers are around this guy, man.
You got it all night long, man. You got it all night. You got it all night long. I don't have all the answers. No, you initiated everything. You initiated everything. Yeah, I did.
So now here, obviously, Sterling Brown is now, I mean, obviously frustrated. He's saying, you touched me first. You initiated all the physical contact. I've asked you questions on questions. We've gone back and forth. You guys tackled me, tased me, over me double parking. As he stands here in handcuffs for no, I mean, come on. This is fucking bullshit. Let's go back over. Let's check out Johnny Damon, and we'll wrap this thing up.
Yeah. All right.
These people are being handled as gently as possible, and they're drunk, driving their vehicles.
What's going on? Okay. Is your ID in your wallet?
My.
Just say sit in there. I have your wallet.
Okay.
Just sit down for me.
All right. I will.
Thank you.
Hey, bro. I'm a good fucking guy, and
All right.
I know people are trying to target me because I'm a Trump supporter.
There it is. I know people are trying to target me because I'm a Trump supporter. Now, what does that have to do with anything at all? At least, you know, I'll give this officer credit here. He recognizes that ain't got shit to do with shit. Get out of here.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But you know what that's called. That's the victim complex. That's what people who want to be seen as being victimized say. Because I'm this or that. Now, people will respond to that and say, oh, well, what about when you say, oh, because I'm black or because, you know, I'm minority, the cops treat me this way. Well, we've seen it. These are both, this guy was a current professional athlete. This guy's a retired professional athlete. And we see it in living color, how it's handled. And the reason why I really, you know, made these comparisons in these videos was because initially I was just watching the video just to do a video on it because it was a bizarre video. It drew my attention, obviously, the headlines. But as I watched it, I was expecting at some point for this dude to get suplexed by the cop onto the ground and his wife because, hell, that's how they handle, you know, other people. But no, not at all. Which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I would like for cops to kind of handle situations in that gray area, which this cop, to a certain extent, didn't overdo anything, but I don't think he quite did enough to enforce his orders in a manner that would get this situation wrapped up as quickly as possible or get them secured as quickly as possible. You know, with Sterling Brown's situation, this was escalated initially by the officer who came over to address him about how he parked. Now, in any normal situation, if you're double parked and the cop comes out, they're going to take your ID, they're going to identify you, and then they're going to write you a ticket. But they got into, this cop felt a certain kind of way because he couldn't just enforce himself and scare Sterling Brown. Sterling Brown kept his demeanor cool even after the cop put his hands on him. And he made sure the cop knew, hey, you touched me first. You're the one who started the physical confrontation, and I have backed up as you asked, and I've given you my ID, and I've told you my name, because now you think I have a fake ID, and then you think I'm going to get in my car and try and somehow get away like this Grand Theft Auto, and now you're calling back up over me being double parked. And now you got 5 officers here, and now y'all are body slamming me, and y'all are tasing me on the ground to put me in cuffs over me being double parked. When this should have been a 10 to 15 minute situation where you give me a ticket and I'm on my way. So, I just felt like, thinking back on something like Sterling Brown's situation, when I watched this video, I had to make the comparison because it's obvious. It's obvious that they're handling these people with kitty gloves and just very soft touch, very fragilely touching these people. They're not enforcing themselves the same way that you see in another situation with a minority individual who's also a professional athlete. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But he failed his sobriety test. I think we all, that's not anything that anybody's going to be surprised by. I just wanted to kind of go through this and just break it down and just show that, hey, side to side, similar situations, you see how things played out. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below if you like this content. Hit the like button and subscribe to the Observant Lineman, Uche Nwaneri. Appreciate you guys very much for checking out this video. It's a long one, but it was a good one. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.